Turning now to the severe weather that's ripped through much of the Midwest and the South. This tornado was spotted in Lake City, Arkansas. That is near the northeast corner of the state. And look at the aftermath. This is drone footage. Wow. In Lake City, after that tornado touchdown, the area is now reeling from devastation. As you can imagine, homes were destroyed, trees toppled down, cars thrown upside down. Now, the severe weather stretched more than 800 miles from Oklahoma to Indiana. This is in a northern suburb of Tulsa, where a tornado ripped through, destroying some homes there. And here's how people say they weathered the storm.
We had about 20 seconds to start getting up, getting ready before we started hearing the wind picking up and debris start kind of going everywhere.
It was just kind of like a roar and then a loud noise. I think it blew over so fast that we didn't really get like a lot of that wind, but I mean, we did hear like the roaring noise, but it was pretty scary. We were holding on to each other tight and hugging the toilet.
And several tornadoes swept through Salmer, Tennessee. Authorities there confirm at least 2 people died. This is in the southwestern part of the state. Homes destroyed, debris in the streets. Look at that car over there. And workers spent the morning combing through all of that damage. I mean, just when you see that video, you can tell this was no joke.
No, not only did 2 people die, but I mean, you just take a look at the devastation, and we're still waking up to seeing more of it and more footage of it coming out as we head into the next couple hours. Another thing to mention, too, the National Weather Service has confirmed 2 tornadoes that swept throughout that exact community. So we're going to keep a close eye on the conditions. We're still adding to those numbers right now, but we're going to change gears just a little bit. CBS News correspondent Nicole Valdes joins us now from Tennessee. Nicole, I know that you're on the move right now. Where exactly are you, and what are you seeing right now?
Hey, Jessica, we are making our way from western Kentucky down into Nashville right now, where we're getting some serious reports of flooding already. In fact, a flash flood warning, has already been issued for several parts of Nashville. We're getting reports of several major roads already underwater. Some homeowners in certain neighborhoods are already starting to see that water rise. And really, this is just the beginning of what could be a several-day-long flood issue. I want to show you roads right now because we are sort of in a pocket here where we're not seeing as heavy rain as we had been for quite some time. But you'll notice, obviously, still a lot of moisture on the ground, giving you an idea here of just how much. And you can check out here sort of all that water coming off of some of the side streets there. So an indication, again, of really what's to come. But unfortunately, Tennessee is also an area where we saw a good amount of damage just yesterday. We are talking about a situation that we know at least 3 people lost their lives from suspected tornado damage in at least 3 counties in Tennessee. And we've seen a lot of damage reports come from the state as well. So you had a lot of those severe storms move through yesterday. And now today, the focus really for emergency responders is going to shift to responding to all of that flooding as the rain is expected to continue for the next few days.
You're right. And another thing, too, this isn't the first major flooding event there in recent years. Back in 2010, I mean, there was also devastation and destruction left in that state. So are people comparing the two?
It's hard to compare now, right? Because we are just at the first day of this event. That was an event that so many people still talk about. I mean, more than 7 inches of rain in just a few days' time. And that caused so much devastation and actually killed several people there. So, yes, it is something that people remember and think a lot about when you talk about a flash flood threat. But whether we'll see it get nearly as bad is something that only really time can tell. We do know that the Army Corps of Engineers has worked very hard since that devastating day nearly 15 years ago to improve a lot of the flood mitigation for the city. That includes building several dams along some of the rivers that flow through that area. So the hope is that all of that will prevent it from getting nearly as bad as we saw back then.
Of course. Nicole Valdes, thank you so much for your reporting. Stay safe out there. You mentioned it yourself. The storm is not done just yet. So for more on that, let's actually dive straight into what's happening right now in live time. We head over to the map, and I want to show you where the storm system's at and why it's impacting so many people. I mean, over 70 million people right now are dealing with severe weather widespread throughout these states. And this system that brings in heavy amounts of thunderstorms and on top of that, tornado activity, damaging winds, we're still seeing this this as we head into the coming days. Take a look behind me real fast. Some changes in the system right now. Of course, we're keeping a close eye on the tornado reports, the damaged wind reports, and everything to do when it comes to flash flooding and potential for flooding into the coming days. Now, with this system, it's stagnant, it's stationary. So what's happening right now is instead of a sweeping motion like we saw earlier this week with the system that swept throughout Alabama and Georgia, this one is just stationary, sitting over these states, allowing for heavy amounts of rain to fall. Up to around a foot of rain is expected from now heading into this weekend. And so far, our storm reports have shown over 21 tornadoes. Wind damage has been significant, and hail with these thunderstorms. It's just been widespread from states like Arkansas all the way up into southern portions of Indiana, Ohio, and now it's making its way close to the Northeast too. Here's what our severe weather outlook is looking like for us today. That enhanced risk still sitting just north of Louisiana, all throughout the state of Arkansas, sweeping over the Mississippi into western portions of Kentucky and Tennessee. So flooding is the #1 concern right now, at least in these local communities close to the Tennessee valleys, the Mississippi valleys. We're watching flash flooding stick around for us this afternoon, and that excessive rainfall outlook. It's just severe. Like I said, the system, unlike earlier this week, it's not moving through fast. It's just holding on to these communities. So you imagine looking out your window and thinking, when is the rain going to stop? But it's
still going on.
Exactly.
Wow. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it.